Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome to the penultimate reaction and review video of Eurovision 2026 here on my channel. Today I will be listening to the song that will represent Ukraine in Eurovision 2026. It's called Ridnym by Leléka. Or Leléka. No, I'm thinking Leléka because of where the accent is placed on the name here, as I see in the title. Again, this is a music video, it says. But it kind of looked like a national final performance, but I'm not entirely sure. It was also mentioned to me that this song has been revamped, but this should be the actual version that I suppose it will be performed in Eurovision in very soon, basically. So yeah, only 2 songs ago. Let's take a listen to what Ukraine have sent this year. I like the instrumentation in the opening because that's a wonderful sounding instrument that I'm not super familiar with what that could be. Blending nicely with the vocals. The strings coming in there, picking up the tempo and the melody in the background. Some kind of synth, just adding that little pulse in the track here as well. This is a very sweet opening. The drama comes in greatly. Great camera work in this performance too. I really like this aspect. Strings picking up, the vocals expanding. Instrumental's great, isn't it? It really has a unique character to it that I'm very fond of. Got some kind of monumental drumming starting to take shape here. I'm expecting it to build even more. This is a very sweet section. Quite dynamic in terms of the moods that the song has been presenting so far. That's wonderful. The digital beat coming in here. Very heavily using kind of glitch effects to use its percussion. The rhythm is being presented by some proper distorted sounds. Wonderful. It's a lively soundscape. Momentum is killed entirely here. Kind of going back to square one. I suppose it's a purposeful kind of development in here. This is an effective build. Love the development of that. We're doing a tempo automation, really. That's a very long note, but it's used as such a nice transitional device here. The drum beat here, a bit on the underwhelming side of how kind of, just straight on the beat it is. I expected something more intense for the finale, but it's sweet, It's very soothing in a way. Nice. Nice. Yeah, that was the song Ridnym from Ukraine. That wasn't too bad, was it? That's a very cool experience. It definitely stands out a lot. I think this has a lot of personality to it. Great vocal performance throughout, and it feels like the vocals is really what ties the song together. Wonderful how they used the very long note there before the final chorus as kind of the transitional device, completely killing momentum, and then just kind of creating the tension within the track and really transitioning into that final kind of sweet chorus, really, by just expanding and expanding on that long note. It feels very cohesive in because of that. There was a moment, I suppose, because it's so kind of... This is a very contrasting song in terms of the mood that it sets out to have, because it's very soft and sweet and smooth and many times. And then the other parts of the track are rather gritty, especially with that properly distorted sound design they're going for in the percussion. That's really cool, honestly, because it definitely makes the song feel very much like it has its own character, and that it's in full control of itself. Maybe a little bit abrupt, like when it led back into, it kind of went back to square one at one point there in the middle, and that just felt like a part where maybe that it takes you out of it a little bit when you listen to it, because at the same time I also of course want the replay value and the catchiness of the track to really stick with me, and if you kill the momentum too much you might lose a little bit of that. And I feel like there are just, for what it's worth, this song I did enjoy it on its own, but it's always the case with Eurovision when you compare it to others, you just feel like there were others that have really been hitting me harder because of the way that they were structured, I suppose. I guess that kind of comes with being the penultimate song that I listen to. It always has that little detail to it as well that you will immediately compare it to everything else. But what this song tries to do on its own is very cool and very unique, and I really appreciate what they are trying to do with it, because, as I said, the world building in here is certainly something that I think I can gravitate towards. I'm very much along for the ride, and I'm intrigued to know what they're going to do throughout the whole thing, And many of those aspects I just really, really enjoy. I think that vocally as well, this is really neatly performed. I like the whole concept with this staging as well. I love the colors. I'm a sucker for orange color grading. And then also like that contrast as well with the red and black and grayscale that they're using in the gritty parts. That contrast is also very nicely visualized as well as like presented audially or sonically. So that's a nice combination as well. I think there are many just cool ideas in here. I don't think this is one of those songs that I will see myself listening to that much, but it's certainly something that I will enjoy whenever it comes on, and particularly when I see the performance as well, because I feel like this song doesn't have those proper moments of intensity or of energetic catchiness that maybe others seek out to have. I don't think this song really wants to present that, but for my subjective enjoyment, I need something that I can really latch onto for me to find replay value in it. And this one, it passes me by a little bit, even though the concept of the passing by is very, very sweet and enjoyable. So those are probably my main takeaways from this. I still think this is overwhelmingly, no, not overwhelmingly, but like most of it is definitely just positive things I have to say about it. The only thing is that I suppose I don't really, the intensity of the track I wouldn't say is really there to properly connect with me, but it probably connects with a lot of others. So I think they managed to pull off exactly what they tried to do here, and that's something I can appreciate for sure. Would probably prefer them not to kill the momentum in the middle of the track. I think that could have tied it together a little bit neater, because particularly the final minute, like from that, when the long note starts towards the ending, would have probably wished for the ending to be a bit more intense, like maybe the drumming not being so flat. But that's a nitpick, I suppose. But just the concept of that long note leading into the final chorus, that's a very, very satisfactory part of the song, I have to say. And exciting to see how it's going to go for Ukraine. I'm expecting a good result, as with they usually get these days, of course. So should we suppose a top 10? Probably. I'd say so anyway. But let me know, what do you think of the song Ridnym here from Ukraine? Is it one of your favorites? Is it not? Please let me know what you think. And also, of course, please join me for the last review video of the year that's coming up next, which will be the one for the United Kingdom. So be on the lookout for that if you're interested. Until then, take care of yourselves, and bye for now.